Now that IDW number 7 is out, I know I said I wouldn't do this, but at the end of the day, there were some plot holes I wanted to point out, so I'm going to point them out. But let's get to the story first before we do anything else. But it starts out like how issue number 5 did with its really awkward jump cut. At least they explained this one, where they figured out that the Egg Fleet is still in operation, so they decided to fly to it. Thank God for that. And Sonic runs into Eggman, whereupon he responds, Faker, because Mr. Tinker is down on the surface. And it's revealed that the Eggman in question is none other than Metal Sonic. No, I'm sorry, Neo Metal Sonic. So Neo Metal Sonic explains to regular Sonic that after he was defeated, Eggman took him, did some experiments on him, upgraded him, and after Forces, he took over the Eggman Empire. It doesn't explain how Eggman lost, so if you're new to this comic, you're still going to be lost. There's also a bit of repetition going on here because it repeats the word biodata a couple of times during the explanation, but whatever. At the very least, this is the only other issue with a good fight scene, thank God. Sonic realizes that Neo Metal Sonic is going to become a threat and decides to start fighting him, like he should. But Neo takes his biodata, even though last time I checked, Metal Sonic already had Sonic's biodata. I mean, CD, it's explained that Metal Sonic is Sonic. He's made to compete with Sonic, so why does he need to copy down Sonic's data? I don't know. But when it gets back to the fight scene, Neo Metal is actually a threat to Sonic, and it only took a couple issues, like, I don't know, 7 in Action Comic? It isn't like Archie, where, you know, it's a comedy comic, this is supposed to be an action comic. Where is all the action, and why is it so boring when it's there? If it took you this long to get somewhere, you're not doing something right. So Keanu Reeves' Metal Sonic decides to do it himself after he realizes how stupid that idea was to begin with, and decides to throw him off of the Egg Fleet. Ah, come on, that's not gonna kill him. He's fallen several hundred miles off the Earth's surface. I mean, every hedgehog does that, but they can't swim, so why not just throw him over a lake? Might want to take your sunglasses off, Neo. But it's so amazing and original that Sonic almost died. You say Flynn isn't taking chances, what the hell do you know?
Hold on, I forgot my paper clips.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
So when they get back to base, we realize that absolutely no one has rejoined the Resistance, and it's completely empty. Blaze and Tangle aren't even there cleaning carpets, so it removes the point of having them in the book in the first place. For now, at least. And then Metal goes off to Angel Island, not even in his Eggman disguise, removing the entire point of having him disguise as Eggman in front of his minions in the first place. But we all get where this is probably gonna go, so I'm not gonna bother too much on that. While I loved the action, my primary problems will come in with the story, because while the action is fucking amazing, for the most part, the story is kinda poorly thought out, kinda really poorly thought out. Now hear me out, because I know some people are gonna say, actually. Of course, the one that sticks out like a boil to me is Metal Sonic. Yes, it is fan service, I'm not someone who really likes having fan service all the bloody fucking time. The problem I have with this one, though, is that shouldn't he have been destroyed by the end of Heroes? Because at the end of Heroes, Metal Sonic was deactivated. And not only that, but he was in the hands of a character named Omega, who, guess what, wants to smash everything Eggman made. So what did Omega do? Did he just throw cement shoes on him and call it a day or something? What the... Other plot holes that I noticed is that since Metal Sonic remembers, he could potentially revolt. Why did Metal Sonic keep his memories in the first place if Eggman knew he was going to revolt again, or could possibly revolt again, having to put a loyalty check in him? I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, it's just something that Zealous Fox pointed out to me. Also, Metal Sonic seems to know who Mr. Tinker is, and that Mr. Tinker is Dr. Eggman. So why the Phantom Ruby cubes? Like, people are just having a hard time explaining that now. Because it was just a really poorly thought out idea. Why put it in there if it's not going to get used? Or maybe it will, but I don't trust the writing staff, so I'm not really expecting anything more. It has little to no continuity with the first 4 issues, and the twist felt kind of forced because Metal had to be disguised in front of the audience, even though he shouldn't really know who the audience is. But that one's just kind of a minor nitpick for now. As for the whole Heroes callback, I don't like it at all. I mean, I've already played Heroes. What's the point of retelling the story and passing it off as a sequel? I mean, this comic isn't exactly new reader free. It doesn't convey information such as how Metal Sonic got back into the hands of Eggman, which is a plot hole that confused me. It doesn't convey the importance of the Phantom Ruby or the Master Emerald all that well. It does better with the Master Emerald, but not so much with the Phantom Ruby. And plus, it's just lazy. It's just using fan service to try and get people to think this is better than it actually is. It's just pulling a Force Awakens in essence. I think it just shows how unoriginal the writer is, and this was apparent from 160 of Archie if you've ever read other M, because several, and I mean several things got recycled into Archie. This is in essence doing what the reboot did, where it retold a story that was almost or over a decade old, and dragged it on for far too long, although I don't think this one will get dragged on for as long as the Shattered World arc was. And this is just retelling Heroes, which is over a decade old, and is not in high demand, nor is it being sold on too many platforms right now. And we've already gotten an adaptation of Heroes anyways, in the form of Archie, so why do we need to tell the story again in comic book form when there's already a comic that tells the same fucking story? I don't get it. If you're a shill like the guys over at Screw Attack, you'll probably cum yourself over this. If you're a normal person who's looking for some good action, you'll probably like the first half of it, not the second half at all, but you'll like the first half probably. If you're someone like me who wants good story and good characters to give a shit about, this is not where you're gonna get that. Go somewhere else. Avoid this comic like the plague. And if you want a good adaptation of Heroes, Archie did it first, and they did it way, way better than this. This is just soulless. Of course, I wouldn't recommend this at all now that I think about it, because Spain has just let in migrants armed with flamethrowers and feces. So yeah, go watch the news in Spain. This is gonna be entertaining as fuck. Screw this comic entirely. I'm gonna go watch the news in Spain.